Alright, I'm on the PTR server and I just glance over Anna and Mavis. Mavis looks extra cracked out. Let's take a look at Anna first. Her multipliers on her S1 is 100% of attack, and the extra damage is 10% of the enemy's current HP, and if it's a boss, it's 2%. And then after attacking, she gains 10% AP for every 1 buff that she has. Her S2 has a 3-turn cooldown maxed out and attacks one enemy based on 210% of attack, ignores defense based on speed, and then steals all buffs from the enemy. Gains 2 stacks of Rainbow Shield. If having at least 5 stacks of Rainbow Shield, after casting an ability, performs a pursuit attack on the enemy with Heart Aflame. And the passive is gains 5 stacks of Rainbow Shield at the start of her round. Right off the bat, if you move first, she will already have the enough Rainbow Shield to pursuit attack, and Rainbow Shield is consumes 1 Rainbow Shield to block the first hit of an attack, counter attacks with the basic ability, maximum of 20 stacks. That's a shit ton of stacks. She starts off with 5, her skill 2 gives her 2, and then if she has at least 5, she will pursuit attack with her S1. Her S3 grants all allies crit damage up and immunity for 2 turns, gains 5 stacks of Rainbow Shield, then attacks one enemy, damage is equals to 300% of attack, also ignores defense based on her speed. Passive gains 1 Rainbow Seed at the start of combat for every 5 blocks of Rainbow Shield. Triggered, gains 1 Rainbow Seed. So at the start of combat, she already has 2 Rainbow Seed, and Rainbow Seed is, when taking lethal damage, consumes 1 Rainbow Seed to prevent herself from dying, dispel all debuffs, recover 50% HP, and gain a bonus turn maximum of 3 stacks. So she cannot die. At the start of battle, she cannot die twice. So she's already like a better reviver than Hyde, because she doesn't need like stacks, 50 stacks for her to revive with 50% HP. She basically starts off with 1 free Rainbow Seed, and then when you trigger all 5 that she also gets at the start of turn, right here, she gets 5 Rainbow Shield at the start of combat. So if you trigger this 5, which if you take 5 hits, then you get another Rainbow Seed, which is another revive of 50% HP and another guaranteed turn. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this unit is going to solo an entire team by herself. Alright, let's take a look at her in the VR battleground real quick. I'm just gonna see if she can gain that Rainbow Seed at the start of combat from depleting all 5 of this. Okay, so she already counted. Okay, so like Heart CC is going to be the biggest counter to her. Another counter. Okay, she revived. Oh no, she got Rainbow Seed right here. There we go, we got 2 stacks of Rainbow Seed. And I got I died, so I now revive with 50% HP. Okay, so I don't have any Rainbow Shield, so I'm not gonna be pursuing. Oh, actually no, because she gains 5 stacks right off the bat from the S3, so I will have 5 stacks of Rainbow Shield, and she will pursue right there. Oh wait, she didn't pursue. Oh, look at that, she starts countering and she gains AP because her S1 is cracked out. Okay, something weird is going on. There's Rainbow Shield 1 over here, and then there's 4 stacks of Rainbow Shield blocks. I don't even know what that is. This is probably like a bug or something, because she's not pursuing, even though the skills say she gains 5 stacks of Rainbow Shield. She's not really pursuing. Okay, so she dies right here, and she revives now with 50% HP. So let's see, I still have 1 stacks of Rainbow Seed, so I'm still gonna survive. Yep, there we go. So multi-hits are gonna be her biggest weakness, because as you can see, the second multi-hit did 10% of my HP. Even though I revived with 50%, I still took the 10% of this guy's second hit, because he does 2 hits. I still took that 10% of damage to my when I revived. Okay, so I think there's a bug right now, because right now her S3 says gains 5 stacks of Rainbow Shield and her S2. Oh no, this part is not actually a passive, so never mind, forget what I said. Dude, she just can't die. Look at this, I already got another rainbow seed because right now I have 5 of the rainbow shield, and when all 5 of it depletes, she will get another rainbow seed. Or never mind, I already got a rainbow seed right there because I got attacked 5 times. Yep, she's gonna completely solo an entire team. If that team doesn't have any multi-hits, then it's done. Yeah, I still have the rainbow seed, and I still have 4 stacks of... No, that 4 stacks is a bug, I think. Okay, because that one was a single hit, she's still at 50% HP because she revived at 50%, and she's finally dead. So yeah, she's gonna be somehow even more annoying than Hyde, I think. Maybe, I don't know, because Hyde cannot be debuffed while she can, and her biggest weakness is going to be multi-hits, because you can block the first hit but you cannot block the subsequent hits. So units like maybe Lil Ling might be a good counter to her because he does multiple hits, and you know, his AoE as well, he has an AoE multi-hits and a single target 5 hits. So yeah, units with multi-hits are gonna be her biggest counter. But I mean, so far she looks absolutely broken for PvP because of the amount of revives that she has. She can perpetually revive every single time, because it's not like Hyde, where Hyde can only revive once and he needs 50 stacks in order to gain 50% HP when he revives. She doesn't. She just needs 1 stack of rainbow seed, and you can gain that rainbow seed at the start combat or when you deplete 5 rainbow shield. Yeah, so she's just gonna be completely cracked out. Oh, I've got her attack lead. Her lead is Point War, and yeah, that's her basic stats. Her attack is actually not too high. Alright, so Ascension is HP, Speed, and Attack. Her Resonance got changed. I'm pretty sure this one was a lifesteal, Resonance 4. Now it's changed. When attacking while not in own turn, damage plus 15%. Okay, so her R6 is Anna grants all allies 10% AP when taking a hit if she has Rainbow Seed. So her Divinate is dealing damage with Heart of Flame, which is her S1, restores HP equal to 30% of damage. So she has an inbuilt Hades set, so you don't need her to be built with Hades. You can just get the Divinate, and she will have the lifesteal from there. Yeah, the Divinate is really good on her because you want her to survive for as long as she can until she can use her skills again to gain the Rainbow Seed, so that she can cycle her revives, right? She looks really good for PvP and potentially for bosses as well, because she has crucial buffs like crit damage up and immunity, and she cannot die. Let's take a look at Mavis. Mavis is completely cracked the hell out. Attacks one enemy and she gains 30% AP. Okay, so her S2 is grants all allies crit rate up for 1 turn at the start of her turn. When teammates die, she grants them Graveless. No turn count, by the way. So I think when they enter Graveless, they will not go out of Graveless unless it's going into Soul Parade. I'll test that out later. When teammates land a critical hit, she gains 1 stack of Carnival Heat, triggers 3 times per turn, and then she's immune to standoff, cannot be revived, and upon death, she removes the Graveless and gives teammates with Graveless Soul Parade for 2 turns. So Graveless is cannot take action, be selected, take damage, or be healed, and minus 15% speed. Carnival Heat, this one is very interesting, but I think it's like a one-time deal, so it's not going to be an overpowered mechanic or something. It is effective in subsequent rounds, maximum 100 stacks if Archibald is present, attacks all enemies for every 20 stacks reached, damage is equals to 100% of attack. This attack always lands a critical hit, recovers HP for every 10 Carnival Heat stacks on Mavis, healing is equals to 10% of max HP. Upon reaching 100 stacks, damage increases to 999% of attack up to 100% of max HP. So yeah, it's not really gonna do like a crazy shit ton of damage, maybe up to like 80, 90,000, or if 100,000 if you build her like full HP. But I think it's a one-time thing, so it's not gonna be like overpowered or something. But it is a pretty cool extra thing that you can get from running Archibald with her. Alright, so her S3 attacks all enemies, damage equals to 100% of attack, 120% of attack, inflicts sear and speed down for 2 turns, remove Graveless from teammates and grants them soul parade, grants them 35% AP, that's pretty massive of a AP boost, and grants holiday rest to the rest of the teammates for 2 turns, restores HP for every 10 carnival hit stacks on Mavis up to 50% of her maximum HP. So holiday rest is crit damage plus 60%, chance of taking critical hits plus 100%, removes this effect upon gaining Graveless. And then Soul Parade is crit damage plus 90%, resist plus 30%, cannot take damage or be healed. If Mavis is alive when this effect expires, it turns into Graveless. Otherwise, all buffs on the carrier are cleared and the carrier takes true damage. True damage equals to 100% of attack, won't be replaced upon repeated acquisitions. So yeah, she's gonna be giving you a shit ton of crit damage, 60% from here and 90% from the Soul Parade. But once you enter the Graveless, I don't think you can get out of the Graveless. So once you die, you basically die along with her, if she dies, that is. And yeah, let's take a look at her Divinate. Before the start of Mavis' turn, if she has disease, 100% chance of dispelling it, otherwise 100% chance of getting granting attack up to 1 random teammate for 1 turn. That's actually pretty good because you want her to survive for as long as possible, and she does have a heal on her S3. Her Resonance, if at least, yeah, this one is a bit weird, I still don't know what this is about. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Because this is, no, I'm mistaken. This is not her S2, it's an added effect to her S2 that -1 cooldown to all of her skills. So her S3 -1 cooldown. So she's going to be spamming her S3 a lot when you have at least 3 teammates that have Graveless at the start of her turn. So this is going to be absolutely insane on her. You put her on Ocean Waves, she can potentially spam the S3 an insane amount of times. Okay, so her R2 is actually pretty cracked out. Okay, let's take a look at her HP stat. HP is the most important on her. 16,000, that's one of the highest HP stats in the game. I think it's somewhere around Ahmed level. And speed is also quite a lot. Okay, Ascension is defense, resist, and HP. Okay, unfortunately she doesn't get any speed ascension. There's resist here because I think resist is pretty good on her because you don't want her to be stunned. You want her to spam the S3 as much as possible to change the Graveless stack into a Soul Parade so your DPS can do more damage, right? Alright, let's test her out real quick in the VR Battleground. I've brought all of these units to crit and we'll see the mechanic of the Carnival Heat. It's not gonna show you the mechanic of doing the damage because you need Archibald in order to do the damage. You know, this is going to show you the healing that she does on her S3. Grants AP and also grants the holiday rest. So it only grants 35% AP to the allies with the Graveless form and not to units that are alive. So yeah, let's take a look at her Carnival Heat. So right now my Lucas is going to crit 3 times right here. Boom, she gains only 2 stacks of Carnival Heat. So okay, so you can only get from multi-hits you can only get 1 stack, and then from pursuits you get another stack. Alright, so Liling died and now he's Graveless. So this is Liling and he's now, you know, he can't do anything, but you can still see him in the AP bar. When Lucas dies, okay, there we go. There's Elaine dead, Lucas dead. Now when I do the S3, I'm gonna heal up by no, I'm not gonna heal up at all, right? Because it's only every 10 stacks that she heals up. So if I do this, they're gonna gain the Soul Parade, they're gonna gain 35% AP from that, and they're gonna get an insane crit damage boost as well. So there we go. They cannot take damage and they cannot be healed as well, but you can still be stunned, which balances it out. Yeah, you cannot be damaged, but you still can be targeted or be debuff. Okay, so when she dies, the soul parade is still up, but when you run out of the soul parade buff, then you just die. You take true damage based on your current HP, and it's probably 100%. Yep, you die. Leader skill is a resist lead for point war and knockout. Yeah, Mavis looks absolutely cracked out. Let's take a look at Archibald. S1 is 70% chance to trigger silence and 60% of damage, so nothing too crazy. S2 is attacks all enemy 3 times. Damage per hit is equals to 15. What the heck? 25% of his attack and 1% of target's max HP, and it will not exceed 15% of his attack. Each hit has a 50% chance of inflicting buff blocker for 1 turn or for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay, so the S3 is attacks all enemy 3 times. Damage per hit is equals to 30% of his attack and 2% of target's max HP, and cannot exceed 30% of his attack. So 180% of damage AoE. Each hit has a 60% chance of dispelling 1 buff from the enemy. Inflicts 1 swing for 2 turns, won't work on bosses. Passive buffs on enemies with 1 swing can only last for up to 1 turn. When an enemy casts their basic ability, Archibald gains 1 stack of Carnival Heat. Each stack of Carnival Heat increases his damage by 1%. When ally Mavis takes ability damage, shares 25% of her damage. If Mavis is an ally, Archibald gains 100% crit rate. Wait, what? And his AP plus 30% upon landing a critical hit. Wait, this is actually correct out. He's actually really strong AoE nuker. Carnival Heat is effective in subsequent rounds. If Mavis is present upon reaching 10, 30, 50 stacks, all allies AP plus 10%, 30% and 50%. So okay, this is actually a nice added bonus for the Carnival Heat. I think it's a one-time thing, but it's still pretty good. 1 swing is basic ability damage plus 20%. The carrier can only use the basic ability at the end of a carrier's turn. Deals true damage to all members of the carrier's team. True damage is equal to 5% of target's max HP. On PvP, this could be really good because 5% on 5 enemies, that's already 25% max HP cut. His leader skill is increased crit rate. Let's take a look at the resonance. Crit damage, attack and accuracy. Okay, so everything else is the same. The divinate for him is after Archibald gains cast enchanting drop, 100% of extending all enemy cooldowns by 1 turn. Enchanting drop is his S2. Okay, wait, now his S2 does okay, not bad. This divinate is actually really good. Extends all ability cooldown by 1 turn. That's really good. So the stats are pretty okay, I guess. It's average DPS stats, except the attack stats is quite on the low end, and then speed is decent as well. Alright, let's test them out with Mavis to see the combo mechanic. If you run them together, he gets 100% crit rate, and he also gains, what is that, AP by 30% or something. His AP plus 30% upon landing a critical hit, and it triggers once per turn. Also, an AoE attack actually does give her 3 stacks right off the bat. If you crit on all 3, if you crit on more than 3 enemies, then you gain 3 stacks right away with Mavis. Okay, so when I use this S3, he should be gaining 30% AP because there's Mavis in the team. When the enemies do S1, he gains 1 stack of Carnival Heat, and when it reaches max stacks, when 10 stacks is reached, he will give an AP boost by 10%. So one more, okay. Yep, there we go. That's the AP boost. So yeah, it's only gonna trigger once per, instance. So if you bring him on Ritual Miracle or something, it's going to stay in the subsequent waves, and then once you trigger it, you cannot trigger it once again. So yeah, you cannot gain the AP like multiple times in a row. So it kind of balances the combo mechanic out a little bit. It's not too overpowered, but it's still good in that sense. Let's take a look at the last unit that we have, which is a 4-star. Healing is equals to 15% of the damage dealt and 120% of damage. S2 is attacks all enemies 45% of damage. It gains attack up for 1 turn, what the heck. And if the target is not afflicted with Voodoo Doll, Sky Totem cooldown -1 turn up to -2 turns. Gains shield for 1 turn at the start of a round. Shield strength is equals to 100% of attack. So Voodoo Doll is damage taken from May is plus 10%, so it goes down to 3 turns. Then S3 is attacks all enemies, damage is equals to 90% of attack. Gains crit rate up for 1 turn. Inflicts Voodoo Doll after casting Sky Totem. Performs a pursuit attack on enemies with Voodoo Doll using replacing graft. The pursuit attack ignores 50% of defense. Okay, that's interesting. But it's on a relatively high cooldown as well. It's on a 5 turn cooldown maxed out. It's a weird synergy going on with her, because you want the enemies to not have Voodoo Doll, but then again on the S3 you want the enemies to have Voodoo Doll so that she can pursuit attack. So yeah, she's a bit weird. Leader skill is 24% of attack. Ascension is resist, HP, attack. Wow, that's pretty bad. Resonance is unchanged. Her stats, speed is quite low, HP is quite low, attack is really low. When the target has fewer than 2 debuffs, Sky Totem's final damage plus 15%. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'll do some testing on Anna and Mavis just to see how much is she ignoring defense based on her speed, and then I'll see. Oh yeah, you can probably hear the raining sounds in the background, and I'll see if there's anything new about Mavis. But yeah, that's about it really. Ciao.